Welcome back to our channel. Today, I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to wake you up because there's one truth about your life that nobody ever told you clearly enough. Your mind is the steering wheel of your entire existence. Every dream you've had, every fear you've carried, every limit you've believed in, it all began here, inside your mind. And in today's video, I'm going to give you 7 life-changing truths that will make you look at your mind in a completely different way. Not shallow tips you've already heard 1,000 times. Not motivational fluff that fades after an hour, but real, raw, unshakable truths that you can apply immediately to change how you think, how you act, and how you live. By the time we finish, you'll know exactly how your mind creates the reality you live in right now, how to train your mind to work for you instead of against you, how to use your thoughts to shape your future instead of letting them destroy it. If you watch this with focus, you will not be the same person by the end. And yes, this will also make your English stronger while it changes your life. So let's begin. Point 1. Your thoughts create your reality. Your life right now, your job, your relationships, your bank balance, your level of happiness, is not an accident. It is the result of what you have been thinking about, day after day for years. Let's make this real. Think about your mind like the soil of a garden. Whatever seeds you plant there, good or bad, will grow. If you plant seeds of fear, I'm not good enough, I'll never succeed, life is unfair, weeds will grow, choking out your confidence, your hope, and your action. But if you plant seeds of belief, I am capable, I will find a way, my effort matters, strong trees of opportunity will grow, creating shade, fruit, and strength in your life. Here's the powerful truth. Your mind cannot grow roses if you keep planting thorns. There was a man named Jim Carrey. Before he was famous, before Hollywood even knew his name, he was broke, living in a small van, struggling to survive. But every day, he fed his mind with a different reality. He would drive up to the Hollywood Hills, sit there, and imagine himself acting in big movies, people laughing at his jokes, cameras flashing at him. One day, he wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, dated it 10 years into the future, and kept it in his wallet. He looked at it every single day. 10 years later, almost to the date, Jim Carrey got paid $10 million for his role in Dumb and Dumber. Was it magic? No. It was the law of his mind. The images and thoughts he carried inside became the reality he created outside. Right now, whether you know it or not, you are writing the script for your own life through your thoughts. If your mind is filled with negativity, self-doubt, and fear, your future will be full of proof that those thoughts were correct. But if you fill your mind with faith, action, and vision, life will start to show you proof that you were right to believe. The question is, what seeds are you planting? Because your mind doesn't care. It will grow whatever you put in it. You choose the seeds. You choose the harvest. Point 2. Self-belief is the engine of success. Let's go straight to the truth that changes lives. Nothing moves until your self-belief turns the key. Your talent can be asleep. Your resources can be limited. Your path can be confusing. But when you believe you can, your brain, your body, and your behavior line up like a team and start pushing in the same direction. Think of self-belief as the engine of a car. Skills are the wheels. Habits are the fuel. Goals are the map. But without an engine, the best wheels, fuel, and map do nothing. With an engine, even an old, noisy car can climb a mountain. This isn't fake confidence. This is not shouting, "I'm the best," in the mirror. Real self-belief is a quiet decision that says, I will figure it out. I can learn what I don't know. I will keep going until this bends my way. What self-belief really is. It's the permission you give yourself to act before you feel ready and to keep acting after it gets hard. It's not, I'm perfect. It's, I'm capable of progress. It's not, I never fail. It's, I learn faster than I fall. It's not, I know everything. It's, I can learn anything I need. When you hold this mindset, your brain opens learning mode. You notice solutions, ask better questions, remember more, and try again with adjustments. That is how results appear. Point 3. The belief-action-evidence loop. Most people wait for evidence before they believe. Champions do the opposite. Believe a little. Act a little. Collect evidence from that small action. Believe more because the evidence is real. Repeat until your belief is unshakable. This loop is how shy people become speakers, how beginners become professionals, how average becomes excellent. 4 years, experts said the human body could not run a mile in under 4 minutes. Doctors warned the heart would fail. Coaches believed it was impossible. In 1954, one runner proved the limit was a belief, not biology. He broke 4 minutes. What happened next? Within months, others also broke it. The track didn't change. The legs didn't change. The belief changed. When the brain believes something is reachable, it allows the body to spend more effort, endure more discomfort, and access more speed. Your life works the same way. When you move your ceiling, your performance rises to meet it. How to build unshakable self-belief. Step 1. Write your identity sentence. I am a consistent creator who shows up every day. Or, I am a patient learner who improves 1% daily. Read it out loud every morning. This isn't magic, it's direction. Your brain begins to act like the identity you repeat. Step 2. Make a proof stack journal. 2 minutes a day. Each night, write 3 small proofs that you are becoming this person. I recorded for 12 minutes. I asked one scary question. I learned a new concept. After a week, you'll have 21 proofs. After a month, approximately 90. Your belief rises because the evidence is yours. Step 3. The 1-meter win rule. Pick a goal and shrink today's task until it is so small you cannot refuse. Not run 5 kilometers, but walk 10 minutes. Not write a book, but write 100 words. Finish the 1-meter win. Then, if you feel strong, take 1 more meter. If not, you still won for today. Step 4. Courage representatives tiny risks on purpose. Daily, do 1 safe, uncomfortable action. Start a conversation, post 1 paragraph, ask for feedback, make a phone call. These reps teach your brain, I don't break when I feel fear. Confidence grows because you train it. Step 5. Replace the sentence. Catch the old line, I can't do this. Replace it with, I don't know how yet, but I can learn, or I haven't done it yet, but I'm starting now. Language is a remote control for your brain. Change the sentence, you change the signal. Step 6. Evidence-first goals. Set goals you control, evidence goals, not goals you don't control, outcome goals. Evidence goal. Practice speaking English 20 minutes daily for 30 days. Outcome goal. Get fluent in 30 days. Not fully in your control. When you hit evidence goals, your brain learns you are reliable. Reliability is the backbone of self-belief. Step 7. Build a confidence bank. Every completed microtask is a deposit. Missed tasks are not failures, they're data. Review your bank on Sundays. Ask which deposits gave the biggest return. Do more of those next week. Step 8. Environment upgrade. Belief leaks through people, screens, and rooms. Follow 3 accounts that teach, not distract. Keep your workspace clean and ready. Spend more time with doers than doubters. You are strong, but your environment can make you stronger. Step 9. The 2-track plan, now plus next. Track A. What you can do today, simple, doable. Track B. What you'll do next when today gets easy, slightly harder. This stops you from jumping from 0 to extreme. Belief grows because difficulty rises at a pace you can win. Step 10. Post-action reflection. After any task, ask 3 questions. What worked? What didn't? What will I change tomorrow? Belief loves clarity. Reflection turns effort into improvement. Point 4. Your focus shapes your future. Your life is not decided by luck. It's not decided by the number of hours in your day. It's decided by where you put your focus. Every human being has the same 24 hours but not the same results. Why? Because while one person spreads their attention on 10 different things, another person locks their attention on one big thing until it becomes real. Focus is the difference between speed and progress. You can run very fast in circles and end up in the same place. But when you focus, every step takes you forward. Imagine your mind as a giant stage in complete darkness. You have a single spotlight, your focus. Whatever you shine it on becomes bigger, brighter, and more powerful in your life. If you shine it on problems, your problems will grow. If you shine it on possibilities, your opportunities will grow. Most people don't lose to a lack of talent. They lose to a lack of focus. Distraction is not just losing a few minutes, it's losing momentum. Every time you break focus, you restart the engine, and starting again always takes more energy than continuing. A magnifying glass in the sun does nothing unless you hold it still. When you do, the light becomes heat, and the heat becomes fire. Your mind is that magnifying glass. Your goals are the paper. Hold it steady, and you will burn through any obstacle. Keep moving it, and nothing will ignite. Point 5. Protect your mind from negativity. Your mind is your control room. Every thought you think, every decision you make, every emotion you feel, it all begins here. If your control room is clean, organized, and full of accurate, empowering information, you can direct your life with confidence. But if it's filled with noise, fear, and lies, you will crash into the same walls again and again. That's why protecting your mind is not a luxury. It's survival. Think about drinking water. If it's pure, your body works well. If it's poisoned, even a small amount can slowly destroy you. Negativity works the same way. A single drop of doubt repeated daily becomes a habit of fear. A small criticism replayed in your head becomes a wall that stops you from trying. The danger is you don't always feel the damage immediately. But over time, negativity rewires your mind to expect the worst, to shrink instead of grow, to survive instead of live. Protecting your mind is not about being soft or avoiding reality. It's about refusing to live in a mental prison built by other people's fears and failures. When you guard your mind like a fortress, you stop reacting to every opinion, you stop comparing yourself to everyone else, and you make decisions from strength, not fear. Point 6. Your mind controls your energy. Every morning, you wake up with a certain amount of energy, not just physical energy, but mental energy. And here's the truth, your mind is the master switch. It decides whether you spend that energy building your future or burning it on things that don't matter. Most people say time is the most valuable thing in the world. That's not completely true. If you have 12 hours in a day but no energy, those hours are wasted. Energy is what turns hours into results, and your mind is the battery charger or the battery drainer. Every thought you think sends a signal to your body. A thought of fear tells your body to tighten up, slow down, and prepare to retreat. A thought of purpose tells your body to wake up, lean in, and move forward. That's why two people can face the same situation. One feels crushed, the other feels fired up. It's not the situation, it's the signal their mind sends. Close these 3 energy leaks, and you'll feel an immediate boost. Overthinking, running the same problem in your head over and over without action. Negative self-talk, every insult you say to yourself is like punching holes in your energy tank. Pointless worry, thinking about things you cannot control is like paying rent for a house you don't live in. Point 7. Your mind decides what is possible. The most dangerous limits in your life are not outside of you. They are inside your head. Before your body gives up, your mind decides you can't. Before your dream fails, your mind decides it's impossible. And here's the truth nobody told you. What your mind accepts as possible becomes the ceiling of your life. The world doesn't decide your limit. The world offers you challenges, opportunities, and obstacles. But your mind is the filter. If your mind says, I can, you'll see a way. If your mind says, I can't, you'll see an excuse. Your mind is like a compass. It always points you toward what you think is possible. If you think small, the compass will guide you to small goals, small risks, and small rewards. If you think big, the compass will point you to bold actions, bigger risks, and bigger rewards. It's not magic, it's alignment. You will naturally move toward whatever your mind believes you can have. Be careful whose limits you accept. People will tell you something is impossible not because it truly is, but because they can't imagine themselves doing it. If you adopt their limits, you live their life. If you protect your possibility, you live yours. Point 8. Your mind becomes what you feed it. Your mind is not a fixed machine. It's more like living clay. It takes the shape of whatever you press into it day after day, year after year. If you feed it weakness, it will shape itself into fear. If you feed it strength, it will shape itself into courage. This is not philosophy. It's reality. Every piece of information you allow into your mind is a seed. Those seeds grow into your thoughts. Your thoughts grow into your beliefs. Your beliefs grow into your actions. Your actions grow into your life. So, if you don't like your life, the first place to look is not outside. It's at what you've been feeding your mind. Imagine your mind as a giant garden. You are the gardener. You decide which seeds stay and which get pulled out. If you let every weed grow, your garden will choke. If you pull the weeds and plant strong, healthy seeds every day, your garden will thrive, and so will your life. If you want to change your life, start by changing your mental diet. What you feed your mind today will shape who you are 6 months from now. We've just walked through truths that have the power to rebuild your entire life from the inside out. But here's the thing. None of it matters if you only listen and then go back to your old patterns. Your mind will not change because of one video. It will change because you decide today to live differently. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be fearless. You don't need to know exactly how everything will work out. You just need to take one powerful step, then another, and keep going even when it's hard.
The web you cannot see. Every encounter in life is connected by unseen threads of cause and effect. Even strangers are part of a bigger pattern you cannot fully perceive yet. The karmic echo, repeated relationship patterns are not random. They are life's way of presenting the same lesson until you truly learn it. Soul contracts in disguise. Certain people enter your life as pre-agreed spiritual agreements, arriving to teach, challenge, or awaken you at specific points. The friend, the challenger, the mirror, every person you meet reflects a role. Some offer comfort, others test you, and some reveal your hidden truths. The stranger who feels like home. Instant familiarity with someone often stems from karmic connections or shared experiences beyond this lifetime. The painful gift of departure. Goodbyes may seem cruel, but they often protect you and create space for new growth and opportunities. Unfinished conversations across lifetimes. Some bonds continue across different lifetimes, picking up exactly where they left off before. Lessons hidden in conflict. Difficult people and challenging relationships can be your greatest teachers, revealing strengths you didn't know you had. The timing is never wrong. People arrive exactly when you are ready for the lesson or gift they carry, even if it feels sudden or delayed. Walking with trust instead of control. Releasing the need to control relationships allows life to bring the right connections at the right time. The gift you are to others. You may unknowingly be the answer to someone's silent prayer just by being present in their life. The circle that never breaks. True connections never truly end. They may fade, but the karmic bond ensures you meet again in some form. Conclusion. In every face you see, in every goodbye you endure, there is a thread of purpose. Nothing in your life is an accident. Not the ones who stayed, not the ones who left, not even the ones who simply passed through. The moment you realize this, your heart shifts from resistance to trust. Life becomes less about holding on and more about being present for what is here now. Buddhism teaches, no meeting is ever by chance, and no parting is without reason. This is the art of understanding that life is not a series of random events but a precise unfolding of causes and conditions. Every joy, every challenge, and every silence is a note in the song of your becoming. When you see this truth, you stop fighting reality and you begin to walk in peace. So let this truth anchor you. You are exactly where you need to be, and the people in your life are exactly who they are meant to be for now. Meet them with presence. Release them with gratitude when it's time. And trust that every step, every soul, is part of the path that was always meant for you. Like and share this video. Share your opinion in the comment box and subscribe to Deep Wisdom for more inspiring Buddhist insights on living a peaceful life. The timing is never wrong. What if every person who entered your life came at the exact moment you were ready for them? Not sooner, not later, but precisely when the conditions within and around you had ripened. In the stillness of Buddhist wisdom, we are reminded, when the disciple is ready, the teacher appears. Some arrive to teach through love, some through challenge, and others simply by being a mirror of who you are becoming. A flower does not bloom when the gardener commands it. It blooms when the season calls it forth, when the sun has warmed the soil, when the rain has softened the earth, when the wind has whispered, "Now." In the same way, the people who cross your path are not accidents. They appear when your inner season is ready for their presence, their lesson, or their departure. Imagine yourself as a seed resting in the dark soil. You do not rush toward the light before your time. You trust the rain to nourish you, the sun to draw you upward, and the seasons to guide you. One day, the moment arrives. You break through the earth, and there waiting for you is the very person, teacher, or experience you were meant to meet. Buddhism teaches that causes and conditions govern all things. A meeting is not just about two people crossing paths. It is the convergence of countless moments, decisions, and unseen threads. If you had met them too early, you might not have recognized their value. Too late, and the opportunity might have passed. The timing is never wrong, even if it feels inconvenient. Think of someone who arrived in your life at the perfect moment. What were you ready to receive from them? Was it wisdom you had been resisting? Love you had finally learned to accept? Or perhaps a challenge that pushed you into the strength you now carry? The readiness was not in the world, it was within you. When we lose faith in timing, we fall into impatience and doubt, believing we are missing what is meant for us. But when we trust the unfolding, we see that nothing real can be taken too soon or held too long. The teacher comes when the student is ready. The path reveals itself when the walker's feet are prepared to take the step. And so, when someone arrives, cherish the season that brought them. When they leave, honor the season that calls them away. For each meeting and parting is the rhythm of a greater harmony, one that knows the exact moment for every note. Remember, your life, like the flower, opens not by force but by perfect timing. Trust that your season is always arriving right on time. 10. Walking with trust instead of control. What happens when you stop trying to control the flow of your relationships and instead allow them to unfold in their own time? In the stillness of Buddhist wisdom, we are reminded that the river flows without your hand pushing it. The more we try to force its direction, the more turbulence we create. But when we trust the current, we find it was already carrying us exactly where we needed to go. Life is like a bamboo raft, light enough to float, strong enough to carry you through calm waters and storms alike. It does not need you to force every movement. It needs you to trust its buoyancy, its design, and its ability to hold you. In the same way, your relationships do not always need your constant steering. They need your presence, your patience, and your willingness to let them take their natural course. Picture yourself lying back in a small boat, eyes closed, feeling the sun on your face. The river moves beneath you, unhurried yet steady. You are not lost. You are being carried. The bends ahead are not visible yet, but they are already part of the river's path. This is the way of life when lived with trust instead of control. Buddhism teaches that suffering often arises from clinging and grasping, from trying to shape people and situations into what we think they should be. But the nature of life is change, and the nature of connection is fluid. When we loosen our grip, we make space for the relationship to grow in ways we could not have planned, and sometimes in ways far more beautiful than our expectations. Think of a relationship where you have been pushing too hard, trying to make someone stay, trying to make them understand, trying to make them change. What might happen if you let go? Not in indifference, but in trust. Letting go does not mean walking away. It means releasing the illusion that you must control every detail for it to have value. Some bonds will deepen when given space. Others will naturally drift apart, making room for new connections to enter. Both outcomes are part of the river's wisdom. You do not have to fight its course to reach the shore meant for you. When we walk with trust instead of control, we begin to notice life's gentle timing and effortless arrangements. People arrive, stay, or leave as part of a larger pattern. And our task is not to force the design, but to walk within it gracefully. Remember, the river needs no push to reach the sea. And you need no force to reach the moments and people meant for you. Trust the current, and it will carry you home. 11. The gift you are to others. Have you ever paused to consider that you might be the answer to someone else's silent prayer? In the quiet teachings of the Buddha, we are reminded that sometimes you are the miracle they were praying for. You may not feel extraordinary. You may believe you are simply walking your own path. But to another soul, you might be the turning point, the gentle hand that steadies them when the road feels too steep. A lantern in the dark does not choose who finds it. It simply shines. It does not search for travelers, nor does it measure who is worthy of its light. It simply burns, and by doing so, becomes a beacon for anyone who needs to see. You, too, are such a lantern. Your words, your presence, your kindness, they might already be guiding someone, even if they have never told you. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself as a warm light in someone's night. Perhaps you are not even aware they are watching. Perhaps they have only seen you from a distance. Yet in the vast darkness they feel inside, your existence is proof that there is still light in the world. Buddhism teaches that our lives are deeply interconnected, like threads in an infinite tapestry. You may think your choices, your gestures, your small acts of compassion pass unnoticed. But in the unseen fabric of life, they ripple outward, touching hearts you will never meet. Even a passing smile to a stranger, a word spoken in kindness, or the courage to live your truth can inspire another soul more than you can imagine. Reflect on this. Who might you be guiding right now without realizing it? Perhaps it's a younger sibling watching how you navigate hardship. Perhaps it's a colleague who feels stronger because of your calm presence. Or perhaps it's a stranger who caught a glimpse of your resilience and thought, if they can keep going, maybe I can too. The beauty of this truth is that you do not need to know the full story to play your part. You are not here to control how your light is received, only to let it shine without fear of burning out. Trust that life will place you in the paths where you are needed most. When you walk through the world with this awareness, every step becomes sacred because you realize you are not only living for yourself. You are living as part of a greater web of guidance, healing, and hope. So shine, not for recognition, but because it is your nature. Shine because somewhere, someone is looking for the light you carry, and